Hundreds of jobs are to be axed as the National Australia Bank restructures its loss-making operations in the UK. The ailing business has contributed to a 16% fall in the bank's first half profit. NAB says it can't find buyers for its British banks, which have wide exposure to the battered commercial real estate sector. It now hopes deep cost-cutting will create multi-million-dollar savings, as Emily Stewart reports.
NAB executives say it's the worst downturn in the United Kingdom since the Great Depression.
It's very difficult for NAB in particular because they have so much commercial real estate exposure.
The weak UK economic environment, as austerity measures and Eurozone contagion took hold, a decline in commercial real estate values and a three-notch downgrade to Clydesdale Bank's credit rating meant that maintaining the status quo was no longer an acceptable option.
NAB has released unaudited first half results and the UK business has posted a £25 million loss compared to a £77 million profit for the same time last year. And this has contributed to the NAB Group's first half result of $2 billion, down almost 16% on last year.
The UK contributed a vast amount of that. Without those losses in the UK, it appears as though the earnings would have been up about 5 to 6%.
There are no buyers and there's no growth, so the NAB is hoping to streamline the UK business by getting back to basics, focusing on its retail and small to medium business lending, transferring £6 billion of commercial real estate assets to a run-off business of its Australian arm, and closing 29 branches and letting go of 1,400 staff. The total cost of the restructure will be around £195 million.
They were really caught between a rock and a hard place. No one was offering an acceptable amount of money to buy the business, and I believe that NAB board and senior management believe they'll get more value out of the business by what they've undertaken today.
The bank says it has plenty of cash on hand to cover bad debts, but some analysts are concerned about the level of provision coverage.
I think there's a general belief that there will be additional losses coming out of that book, which NAB as a group and via the Australian operation will now have to support in the 2013 financial year onwards.
The bank will increase its interim dividend to 90 cents a share.
Curiously, the growth of the company is quite low. When the growth is not there, then you don't need to retain more earnings to increase your capital base to support the higher loans outstanding.
So it seems the bank bosses are hoping that deposits and home loans in the battered UK market are a growth industry.